Cox Show
on the Buzzard.
WMMS.
There's another $1,000 for you in a few minutes here. 2:30, next keyword. Listen for that to get yourself a grand and go fund yourself. We'll have a bunch of them this afternoon. This week and next are your last 2 weeks to win some of this money. So if you haven't yet, there are still plenty of chances for you to do it. So the next one here is coming up around 2:30. The Cavaliers play tonight back here at home against the Detroit Pistons, who only have 14 wins under their belt. But any given Wednesday in Cleveland, Ohio, Pistons, Cavs tonight, 7 o'clock at the Romo Fijo here on MMS. 6:30, right after we roll out, is when that pregame will begin. And LeBron James being charged with assault after beating Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I didn't. Somebody mentioned it to me, but I don't quite understand the story.
That's not exactly how he beat him.
I'm sorry?
I don't think there's any assault charges.
Oh, I have been misinformed.
Yeah, he overtook Kareem's scoring
He chased
record.
him down. Oh, this was a basketball thing.
Yeah, shockingly.
Oh, well, I feel better about that because who cares? LeBron James, the all-time leading scorer. Boy, hard to believe, too, when you see these kinds of numbers. You know what the all-time leading score number is? 19. It's weird. I would have thought, is he younger than Kareem was?
Yeah.
Okay.
He also came to the league younger, so that's why. But I think he played fewer games to get there.
Okay. So that makes it more impressive?
I think so.
Okay. Sets the new score record last night. Here's a little clip of that.
Looking for James. He's got it. LeBron James, a shot in history. And there it is! LeBron stands alone. The NBA's all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
They were charging out the ass for those seats, obviously, at the Crypto.com arena. That's aged well.
I saw my buddy sitting next to Janie Buss.
Who's your buddy? Dwayne Wade?
Jeff Dye. Mary just saw him.
Oh.
I saw that too.
Yeah, he's just sitting there next to Jeannie Buss.
Is he friends with Jay Moore?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm guess are Jeannie Buss and Jay still good? Because maybe they're not.
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay, all
Aren't
right.
they engaged?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
I
they're
don't know much
engaged.
about them, but I just saw him sit next to Jeannie Buss, and she leans over to say something to Dwayne Wade, and then he leans over to say something to Dwayne Wade, and I'm like, that's that guy. He texts all the time.
Jeff Dye is a very handsome young man.
Very handsome guy.
Very handsome. So LeBron, 38,388th point. And they were, of course, charging out the ass. Last few games, right? Because they're like, maybe this will be the one. Maybe this will be the one. Now, obviously, since he's hit this milestone, the tickets there for the Laker games going to go back to what they were.
Which is still expensive.
Expensive because it's L.A., not because the Lakers are doing great.
No.
But, you know, I looked up the list of the all-time leading scorers, and obviously it's LeBron, and it's Kareem, and it's Jordan. Do you know who the number 3 is?
I do. And I would have known this anyway.
Would you have
Yeah.
known? I would not have known that.
Because it was a pretty big deal that he got that high.
More than Kobe and Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Karl Malone.
Because he played for a very long time, and he had a lot of seasons where he was averaging about 30 points a game.
Yeah, Karl Malone.
Karl Malone was a dog, man.
36,928 points. So LeBron is obviously at the top.
He only liked his women in the teens.
Oh, I got a lot on that today. Yeah, Jordan, Nowitzki, Wilt Distill, Shaq, Melo, Moses Malone, of course, Karl Malone's twin brother. Hakeem, Kevin Durant is in there. Elvin Hayes. Do you remember Elvin Hayes?
Yeah. I think he played for I guess they're the Bullets at the time.
You're right. He
Yeah.
played for Washington when they were the Bullets.
Because they just had that stat on the all-time leading scorer for Washington when the Cavs were playing them the other night. And I thought it was going to be Bradley Beal, but then it was Elvin Hayes. And I was like, oh, lock that in my head. And so, yeah, that makes sense that he's up towards the top of that list.
I was reading a list, not a list, I was reading an article written by somebody, a local sports reporter in Chicago who grew up very similar to how I did in that era of Michael Jordan being able to do no wrong. And he's like, LeBron James is kind of like the future. He's like, we had this idea that Michael Jordan would forever be at the very top of the mountain, but the past is a weird thing, you know, and not only was it probably going to be surpassed what Jordan did, not just in points, but in everything else, but that LeBron James, even this person, this Chicago sports reporter, was like, this should kind of put that GOAT argument to rest. He's like, a lot of people want to hang on to Michael Jordan, but LeBron James will probably be recognized as the greatest of all time. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it only had the extra twist to it because he was a local guy saying that we got to let go of Michael Jordan. I certainly don't think Michael Jordan cares. But
No, he's a billionaire. They're both billionaires.
yeah.
They're both fine.
Yeah. But also, if you're Kareem, you're like, well, somebody's going to beat this. But you always knew that day was coming. But it would kind of suck when it does.
Do you think Kareem was kind of hoping that he died before
LeBron died?
Like, yeah, before he broke his record. No, that Kareem passed away before he saw someone break his record. Because he did not look happy about it.
No, he didn't. Kareem never looks happy because he knows too much.
Yeah.
He knows too much.
He's very smart. He knows too much. He's been around for a long, long time. There's nothing, very little for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to look happy about. But he did not look pleased when he handed that ball over. But again, you knew it was happening. Guy's almost 80, right? You're not gonna. It's not gonna be yours forever.
That's probably the tallest 80-year-old of all time, right? Tall
Over
people don't-
7 feet.
Yeah. 80. Tall people don't live into their 80s.
Their hearts are enlarged and stuff. Yeah.
Listen, everybody's talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Everybody, this great scorer. Oh, does anybody ever mention his coaching prowess with the Oklahoma Storm? No. It's all about the Lakers.
And the Bucks.
And Milwaukee. Hey, Woody.
Alan,
What's up?
how's your day, brother?
So far, so good.
Speaking of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you said that LeBron beat him, and it just rang back to back when I was actually interested in the NBA years and years ago.
Now, when was that, and what got you stopping being interested in it?
I just phased out. In the 80s, early 90s, I was totally into, the b-ball thing.
Because you like, let me guess, you like the short shorts.
I love the short shorts. Yeah, I was all about the short shorts.
You know the age-old question,
anyway.
who loves short shorts? The answer invariably is Woody.
But anyway, it brought me back to a situation. I don't know what year it was, but do you remember a guy named Rudy Tomjanovich?
Rudy Tomjanovich? I do not.
I remember Rudy Tomjanovich.
Is that how it's pronounced? Rudy Tomjanovich?
Yeah.
Rudy Tomjanovich?
I thought it was Donovich. Was it Janovich?
I thought it was Tomjanovich.
Rudy Tomjanovich. Yeah, there he is.
Okay, so it's Rudy Tomjanovich.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a game in L.A. and Rudy was really giving Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a real hard time, and this enforcer named Kermit Washington decided to just knock this guy's block off. And if you ever get a chance to see it, it's like almost like a deadly felonious assault at center court, and it was just amazing. This guy broke Rudy's entire face plate with one punch.
Mm-hmm.
There's a expert called The Punch, or excerpt from his book called The Punch. That it goes in depth on this.
Oh, he actually had a book about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
not just about that. Like he's got a book, and he talks about that in depth.
Woody, it was hard for you to find that book because when you went to the library, you're looking for Tom Donovich, and it was in. He's like, it's got to be here somewhere. I can't find it anywhere. All right, thank you, Woody. I appreciate the call. Thank you.
He won a couple titles with the Rockets as their coach.
He spent his whole career with the Rockets.
Yeah.
He's from Hamtramck, Michigan, by the way, if you know anything about Hamtramck.
Hamtramck.
That is, he is the perfect encapsulation of how that town's population has changed because it was like 130% Polish back in the day, and now it's mostly like Bangladeshi immigrants and things like that. But Rudy Tomjanovich, he's in the Minnesota Timberwolves organization now. He's a consultant for them. I've got, but the guy Woody was talking about, I don't know who that guy is.
Oof. I looked up this punch. He just runs right into it.
Kermit Washington.
Yeah, he like
sucker punched him.
I mean, it's Rudy's running full speed into this punch.
Yeah,
that's not a great way to square up on someone.
They fined Kermit Washington $10,000 and they suspended him for 26 games.
Wow.
Yeah. If you want to get yourself $1,000, do it right here. It's a chance for you to go fund yourself. Listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword check at WMMS.com. That's check. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
I got a lot of correspondence from people overnight when I was talking about one of our coworkers who was brushing his teeth in the kitchen sink, and I thought that was gross. And Derek emailed me, and he said, one time I hocked up a loogie, and I kind of started to choke. So I just reflexively spat it into the kitchen sink, and I immediately got my mother's black woman's wrath. I apologized profusely, but she didn't talk to me for the rest of the evening.
That's a home sink.
That's a home sink, but it's
Yeah.
your mama's sink. Wouldn't have even occurred to me to, like, hock into my family's kitchen sink.
Oh.
Again, if you're washing it down, I really
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't
understand what the
matter.
big deal is.
I'm not even saying that it is a big deal. I just think it's really gross.
I can do like a hoe bath from anywhere, like a family sink, laundry room sink.
Well, when you're a hoe, every bath's a hoe bath.
But I'm saying,
Why would you do that in the kitchen sink?
like if someone's in the bathroom and I need to take a shower real quick?
Are
I can
you
just
well,
do it.
how poorly have you managed your time? When someone's taking a shower and you go, I'll just splash myself in the kitchen sink.
Well, if we only have one bathroom and I need to go somewhere right now and I need to shower real quick,
Where do you need to go right now? Lay out the scenario for me that precipitates you
if I have
taking a hose bath in the kitchen.
okay, I'm meeting my mom somewhere and it's urgent. I'm taking my mom to get
It's
a check.
urgent.
Yeah, and she doesn't take highway, so I have to drive her. So I have to go, and oh no, my roommate's taking a crap, and it's gonna be a minute. He has diarrhea, and I have to clean myself real quick. I don't want to meet my mom with stinky pits. I don't want to go into the hospital with stinky pits.
Yeah, you throw some deodorant on them.
You don't just do that with stinky pits. You got to wash them first.
Well, you're breaking your arm trying to make a case for this, but I don't understand
There
the
have
urge.
been if I'm at someone else's house,
And your
I don't
mom
want-
calls, I need you right now, drop whatever you're doing, come get me, and you go, well, they're taking a dump, and
So
I
you're
need to
too-
clean up.
You're too sedity to take a hoe bath.
It's got nothing to do with sedity. I'm curious as to what scenario requires you to do it.
I haven't taken them in a while, but I know how to do them efficiently if I need to.
Efficient. Oh, well, you left out efficient. All right, I'm all for
Yeah, it's efficient,
efficiency.
it's fine.
What
I don't want
scenario-
people wasting time on their hoe baths.
What scenario do you take a hoe bath?
This isn't about me. This is about you saying, I've done it. And I said, all right, give me the scenario because it seems ridiculous.
I don't remember the last
Well,
time
somebody's taking a dump and I have to go get my mom.
Take her to the hospital.
That's what you told me.
It's mainly when the bathroom is occupied and I want to shower
Just
right now.
admit it's because you're lazy.
No.
That's okay too.
No,
Be honest.
No.
You don't have to create some scenario.
So I do remember the last time I took a hoe bath. The last time I took a hoe bath was when I was sharing the
Well,
condo.
first of all, let's establish terms. Describe your hoe bath.
A hoe bath is when you're not washing your full body. You're mainly washing the essential parts, all the creases,
doing it
all your
in-
pits.
Armpits,
sink.
a-hole, crotch, and teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably wash your face first.
And you're doing
before you
all
do
that in the sink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's an art form to get the whole bath done properly. And
You got to hop up on it or?
no.
Okay.
You hop up on the
I
sink
didn't know
and
how
just-
comfy you wanted to get. All right. Like you get your feet in there. Or...
But the last time I took a hoe bath was at when we had Gay Bay. It was 3 of us in a condo, and we all got up and worked at the same time. So my two roommates, they were gay and they were a couple, so they would shower together. And we only had one full bathroom. So the downstairs bathroom was a half. So I went down there and did my whole bath, and I would leave for work.
Again, doesn't this come back to time management? I mean, there are plenty of people who live in situations you're describing, and they go, I'm going to take a shower, then you do it, then you do it, then you do it.
Sure, but I could have sometimes I did get up earlier. It depends on who gets up earlier, who's lazier that day. If I get up earlier, I am going to be quick, like 10, 15 minutes tops in the shower. I don't have to, I'm not.
So you admit it's a laziness thing.
Okay, sometimes.
That's all I was trying to get to.
Well, I'm just saying, sometimes he beats me to the shower.
Not my mother is in the emergency room and somebody's taking a dump.
You ever taken a hot bag shower?
What's that?
Or a hot towel shower. Sorry, my bad. Where you put my mom taught me like the hospital way. You put a wet towel in a garbage bag.
You know the things that your mom is describing to you are things that people who are paralyzed do, right?
Yes.
When she's giving people sponge baths, it's because they're incapacitated.
Okay, but
you have all your faculties.
It's a good skill to have.
That's a good skill to have, Alan.
Poundcake's mom is describing some of the things she has to do at work, and in his mind, his takeaway is, man, I could do that. I could take a hot towel shower and really save myself some time.
Mainly if the water's out.
Yeah.
Or like there's
then
no
how do you
hot
get the
water.
towel wet?
I'm saying there's no hot water, so you just wet the towel and put it in the microwave.
That's a lot. I feel like it's easier.
This is also labor intensive.
I mean, I've definitely taken hoe baths before, but for me, the reason why I don't like showering so much is when I wash my hair, because it's an extra, not just the time in the shower, but doing my hair after is like an extra half hour.
But you also don't do that every day.
But what I'm saying is that it takes the same amount of time it's taking you to do all these things. You could literally jump in the shower, rinse off.
But if somebody's in the only shower, then...
Yeah, that I get. If
Right,
the
but
shower...
how often does that actually happen?
Again, this is what I was trying to figure out from him. I mean, if the shower's occupied, I get it. But again, I think most people, pit-wise, sniff, and if it's no good, deodorant.
Yeah.
I wash
People
my
don't
downstairs.
do that. You're not
Yes,
supposed
all three of us do.
If your pits are stinky, you just put deodorant over the stink.
If I'm in the
That's
hurry
nasty.
that you describe.
If I have to take
fine.
my mother to the hospital, I'm probably just going to go smelly, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If it's a dire situation like you're describing, I'm not really worried about my hygiene.
Because when it's all said and done,
That's nasty.
then you'll come home
I had
and
Teresa
then
die because I had to take a hoe bath real quick.
Right.
deodorant's nasty. Taking a hoe bath in the kitchen sink to him, perfectly
You
reasonable.
don't just put deodorant over stink. That's just like saying I didn't shower, so I'm just going to
It's
put
a
on cologne.
temporary
Yeah, that's-
Band-Aid for the situation.
Right.
You're in a hurry.
As long as if it covers the stink, then mission accomplished.
By the way, how clean do you think you're getting with a hoe bath?
Cleaner than it would be just spraying something
Are
on.
you putting soap under your pits?
Yes.
See, now that's an extensive hoe bath.
I
I
was
would.
going to say, I envision splash, splash, splash,
You
splash.
literally, when I would do it, it would be take a rag, get it wet, armpit. Well, vagina first. Vagina, armpit.
Yeah. Right.
And then
You
See,
can tell the
mine-
day she went armpit, vagina.
you'll learn your lesson.
It all smells like onions. That's no good.
See, no, I would do face, armpit, butt crack, and then my penis.
You would do butt crack before penis?
You would do armpit before penis. That means that you're
Armpit's
if-
the wild card.
wait a
Do
second.
armpit anywhere. But
if you are so concerned that deodorant isn't going to cover your armpit stench, and then you're going to go from armpit to penis?
no,
you
he's going
stinks.
butt crack to
But
penis.
my whole point is that
have
if
soap on
deodorant
it.
won't
Although that's
fix
also
it,
kind of, that might track too. So
Ugh. Cody, you might as well just get a hand sanitizer wipe. 75%
just
alcohol.
manage your time more effectively.
I'm going to hoe bath out of spite now.
Okay.
I don't care what
Who are you
smell.
going to spite with that?
Yeah. You're spiting yourself.
Oh, but Bill,
Butt crack to
anyway,
penis.
I took the
Okay.
long way around
Yeah,
it,
so
but
So I was going to bring up the unprofessional nature of the brushing the teeth
Right.
Sure.
versus an interaction that I had, which is more unprofessional, brushing your teeth in the kitchen or talking about your sexual escapades in the kitchen in a way where you bring up a song that was on in the kitchen, Green Day song from the mid-'90s. One of our coworkers was in there, and he's like, oh, when this song came out, man, I was just tearing it up all over town. There was a shortage of frozen peas because the way the ladies need to ice down their cooches.
Yeah.
And I was
Gee, I wonder who that
Yeah.
was.
And I was like, you could have just got them wet. And so
frozen
what's
peas.
more unprofessional, brushing your teeth or talking about banging chicks
Well,
to
the
the point
sex
of
talk-
having
Well, first
to-
of all, it was just the two of you.
Yeah.
And the sex talk, you can stop. If you see someone walk in, you can just stop talking.
Right.
If you're mid
But you also
brushing your
don't
teeth,
know who's walking by.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also,
And you know who I'm talking about, Alan, so
and-
you know
yes.
it's not quiet.
I know, but also, I think everybody kind of knows that vibe from
That guy,
person.
yeah.
And so they all
I
kind
mean,
of.
that person.
Well, it's not going to be a woman.
Right.
Yeah. I still have to. I mean, that's poor form too. But I don't think anyone would be shocked if they walked by and were like, "Oh, well."
Can I put it in the group chat and guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I guarantee you I know who it is.
Of
Me
course,
too.
you probably
I'll put
do.
it at the same time.
I'm
You
sure
probably
you do.
wouldn't even mind if we said it on the air. Like, you'd be like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. I like to keep it.
Bingo.
I will keep
We
it.
both said the same thing.
I will keep it professional.
Yeah. But I just thought that was funny. Just the day after the brushing the
Professional
teeth
talk.
conversation, I'm in there hearing this guy just go on and on about how, like,
All the poonies.
yeah, the
crushing.
poonie is crushing to the point where they had to ice down their veg. And I'm
No.
just like, bud, you can have sex without hurting people.
I didn't
it's
have-
the best way to do it.
An unprofessional. I don't know. If
Using
it's
sandpaper condoms? What was
Right.
happening out there?
I don't know that it's unprofessional, but in the last break when I was walking to the bathroom, one of our coworkers out there, he goes, "Mary, I was in an Uber and the guy complained about you." I was like, "Oh, nice." He goes, "Yeah, we were talking about the show and he was saying how like you're not dedicated and you're never here." And I was like, "I see Mary all the time, so I don't know what that's all about." And I was like, "What's the point of this story?"
Did the guy have MMS on in the car? Like, how did that even? I'm always curious how conversations start.
He had an iHeartRadio hat on.
Oh, he did.
And
okay.
the guy was like, "Oh, iHeartRadio, nice." He's like, "Oh yeah, do you listen?" And then they started talking about our show.
Whoever that is probably in the live chat right now being like, that's me.
right. But I just thought it was funny that it was like, "Oh, well, thanks for letting me know." Like, there's like, I guess, okay.
Yeah, everybody wants to let you know when somebody's talking about you. They don't really not a lot of nuance there sometimes.
But also, where was the lie?
All right.
We barely got her to do the binder clips. thing,
I
so
was
mean,
ready to do a polar plunge, which I thought was worse.
Yeah, well,
But whatever, we're doing the bite.
here we
I
are.
think it's boring.
I've got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com if you want to watch and listen anywhere you are on the iHeartRadio app.
People are going funding crazy around here.
Oh my